Alright, let's talk about some games. Alright, I'm gonna talk about the latest, um, upcoming King of Fighters game, which is, XIII. Has three I's, so, they're using the Roman numerals. So I'm guessing this is what, 12, 13? I think this is 13. King of Fighters 13, so, or 14. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I forgot how to read Roman numerals, haven't done it in a long time. They do that a lot in Final Fantasy games too. But anyway, King of Fighters. Let's look at King of Fighters. Talk about the franchise for a minute. King of Fighters came out not too long after Street Fighter 2, I believe, came out, and ever since then they've been going strong. For the most part, they kind of stuck to themselves. You know, they stuck to the arcade, and they've always stuck with the 2D until they came out with the 3D games, which were also great. I love those. But one thing I've liked about King of Fighters is that the newer games they're not switching to 3D. They're sticking with the 2D sprites, and they just gone back and they've redrawn the sprites so they look more fluid when the characters move and stuff like that. And I really like that about SNK. They've always done that. They've always stuck with that. They don't forget where they came from. It's in this 2D. The sprites are drawn. They don't. Yeah, they have 3D games, like I said, but they don't just switch the entire franchise over to 3D, which I love about their franchise. They've they've kept themselves going strong. It's still popular to this day. Whereas with we'll switch over to Capcom for a minute. Capcom has kind of they kind of stopped the Street Fighter franchise, and even with the newer ones, Street Fighter 4 and Street Fighter 4 Plus, Super Street Fighter 4, they've their cast is still the same really, and they haven't really moved on to a new story. It's just we've been on the same Street Fighter story for a while, but with King of Fighters, they've always kind of come up with something new, a new storyline, and I like that about that too. They, right now, they showed the trailer to the game, the latest one that's coming out, and it looks like the character Ash Crimson is gonna either get killed off or something's gonna happen to Ash Crimson. They've been talking about him for a while. When he first appeared, I thought he was a girl because he looks just like a girl, but he's a boy. He just dresses like that and whatnot. But anyway, they've been playing around with Ash Crimson for a while. Like in XI, the first one, he was the center of the story, and XI, XII, he was the center of the story too. But now it looks like they're gonna just do something with him. He's a very popular character too in Japan. I think he's like their most popular character next to Cole and Irie, as far as popularity goes. So they're gonna be doing something with him. Another thing I like about this franchise is that they have some very unique characters. Not to say that other fighting games don't, but this franchise really does have unique characters. They have clones, they have gods in here, they have all different types of characters from different types of backgrounds and ethnicities and things of that nature, and their cast has always been big. Just look at the cast for XI. It was really big. They put every character known to SNK in that game. And it was this. I think they had over like 50 characters, if I'm not mistaken. And that's just counting King of Fighters. They have another franchise called Samurai Spirits or Samurai Showdown, known here in America. But I'm really looking forward to this game. I think they're gonna release it first in, if I'm not mistaken, Japan arcade, and then they're gonna release it on console here. All over the place. I can't wait to play it. Looking forward to some characters they didn't put in the last one. Like Kay, who I've always loved. Kay is one of my favorite characters. Cause Cole Kusanagi is cool, but I've always preferred K over him and Irie over Cole any day. Um, let's see, you got Mai. Of course, they're gonna put her in there. She's very popular. Um, let's see, I think they're putting Rock in here, who I also love. He was one of my favorite characters when he appeared. So can't wait to play as him. Um, I'm hearing that the boss is not going to be that hard this time around. Because if anybody knows KOF, their bosses is they call it KOF boss syndrome, where their bosses are nearly impossible to beat. They make it so that you can't beat them. Like the bosses will either spam you with the same attack, or their finishing move is so strong that it'll take out half your life, and you just can't. They make it impossible to beat. You have to be really, really, really good and patient with the game. Otherwise, you just get pissed off. And that's another thing I'm happy about. They're toning down the bosses because, man, they was so hard. I know. I remember it took me so long. I believe it was 98 or 99 King of Fighters, where you had, original Zero. There was sub bosses, and then you had to fight Ignis, who I just couldn't beat. I couldn't beat Ignis. So their best boss to me is Orochi. I hope they put him in there. I love Orochi. He's one of the coolest characters they come up with. Let's see. I don't know any other features right now because they haven't given away too much information. But for all my gaming heads out there and fellow KOF fans, if anyone out there plays the franchise, if you're looking forward to it, please tell me your thoughts on it, who you want to see in the upcoming game, and who, what levels and stuff like that you want to see, and what other features are you looking forward to in this game. So I'm going to leave it at that, and that's my thoughts on KOF, the latest installment. And hopefully it comes around 2011. We don't have to wait forever, because I hate waiting a long time to get imported stuff. That's one thing Capcom did do well with. They released it at the same time as the Japanese release, so we didn't have to worry about waiting. It was just released in the arcade first. They do that all the time with fighting games. And I'm going to leave it at that, and I'm out.